afternoon, guys. This is Kevin, and yesterday I posted a video about what I wanted to do, but I feel like I should probably step back a little bit and kind of go alongside you guys on downloading the stuff that I'm going to be using if you want to follow along. So today we are going to be downloading Ubuntu on Microsoft on the Windows 11th. What version? I don't know. I forgot what version I'm on. But let's go ahead and do it. I was trying to do it earlier today, but it seemed that I had a bit of a problem. But you want to do is turn Windows features on or off. I usually just type in features and it'll pop up for me. So you will have to reset your PC for this as well. So just take that in mind. If you have anything in the background, I would close it, save it as of right now, or put this video on your phone so you could follow along. So what you want to do is click down here, the Windows subsystem for Linux, hit OK, and it's going to take its time, and now it's going to restart. So let me go ahead and pause this video, and we'll come back. Alrighty guys, welcome back from the restarting of the PC. I am following along with you, so I also had to restart my PC. And so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to go to terminal. You could go with this step as well, you don't really have to, but if you just hit bash, you want to see that Windows subsystem for Linux has no installed distributions. I did have a little problem with that. If you had a previous Linux WSL Linux distribution on there, but no longer have it, or if it was for Ubuntu, it's gonna show you that you signed into a Linux distribution. And all you have to do is pretty much WSL//unregistered, whatever that distribution is. Now, this follow along. We are going to go to the Microsoft Store, the beautiful Ubuntu name here. You could do this with every other one and see I did have a problem with it, and now we're going to go ahead and retry it now that we don't have a distribution installed. Now we're just going to go ahead and install that as well. We are going to close this out, and we are going to need a couple of things, which I think I'm going to provide down below, but I quickly need the Neovim commands to install Ubuntu. I quite can't remember. There we go. The first thing you want to do is give yourself a username. Usually I've always go with my username, which is Ken, and then Ari. And then go ahead and remember, make that password long. You don't want people to go in to your PC when you're not there. If your password's easy enough for them to do. Usually I want to update the entire thing. /git update, and this is going to give you an update. It's going to ask you for your password because we are going to we did sudo there, which is going to go into a different user. And after we downloaded the update, we're just going to change update into upgrade here. I did this with my computer and science professor a long time ago, so it's kind of hard to remember on what to do to get all this stuff that I used to have on this PC. So it's going to take a little bit to install. It all depends on the internet as well, and as well as hardware on what you have and what you're using. And then so after that's all done, just gonna get we're just going to clear everything from here. And so now we're going to go ahead and download our editor, our text editor. If you're here for just if you're just here for C++, you don't really need to have Neovim, but that's what I'm going to be using. You could go ahead and use Visual Studio Code. I forget what Microsoft. Let's go ahead and Microsoft Visual Studio C++. No, that's actually something else. So we go here, you have Visual Studio Code, which you can all download, and the different distributions you can have it in. I think it's the same thing here. I can't remember what the more advanced, whatever version IDE that they use. Is this what they're talking about? No, this is for something else. There's quite a few different other ones. There's Vim. I used Vim previously to this, but I kind of want to use a little bit of plugins, which you could also do in Vim. But Neovim, it just seems a little bit different, and I kind of want to learn it. So let's go ahead and install Neovim. And we're going to be using the same steps to download Tmux, which is another thing that I use as well. Oh, it looks like we already have it installed. So you would use those same steps as well. So we're going to go ahead and clear. And so now that we have these two items, I will probably be adding more plugins, more stuff into this virtual machine Ubuntu. But I feel like that's for another time. I'm just proud that we got into installing Ubuntu in our Windows PC. And it could work for... I know there is hardware limitations, but I would go ahead and look into that and probably add it into the description below. If I don't, you might have to do a little bit of research yourself. That's what it's all about. Doing a lot of our research and trying to progress on how to learn things. If you just want to make sure that Neovim is installed, we'll go Neovim. Let's do a hello C++ file. There you go. We got Neovim here. If you want to, I know I had a question about why this doesn't look like purple because of Ubuntu. If you just if you just go here, hit Ubuntu, and look, now we have the Ubuntu terminal theme here, which you could also just do Tmux. Remember, it's Control B and then Shift, and now we have two screens. Shift B to go up here, and then we could just do Neovim back into our. I can't remember if we use uppercase here, but no. Then we just go to Neovim hello.c++. Just do a quick hello world here. no more hello world, because that's what we always do. Oh, actually, we don't need to exit that out. Actually, we could just we can just do write. We don't have to exit out of that command anymore. And then remember, I think we're gonna have to install no, I think it'll tell me I might need it, but we're gonna have to install G++ here to compile code. Don't forget to do that as well. I almost forgot about that, but now we could just, nope, that's not what we wanted. It's hello. I almost forgot what I titled it, and just allow. Then let. Oh, no spaces there. No more hello world, and this is why we always put a new line, because we don't like it to appear. I always forget these new lines. Gosh, Kevin. Compile it once more so we can have that beautiful line, so we don't have to look ridiculous here. What do we do here? Oh, that's why. Now it's written, okay. Compile this. There you go. We got that nice clean look here that we wanted. So now everything should be working, and we're gonna go ahead and make other videos. We're gonna get into a little bit more of the variables and assigning. We're gonna do a little bit quick, maybe a adding or subtracting using integers, and also using strings and getting our output input, which is a little bit ahead of schedule because we also have to remember to best practice of using good identifiers and not how I did it in the previous video. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you guys have that Ubuntu installed Windows. Have a nice day.